Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back. This is session 3 of our Portuguese colonial playthrough. Well, we sort of learn it together, you know. It's a mechanic that isn't very straightforward, hidden behind lots of fancy tooltips, and you've sort of just got to figure it out for yourself, right? And we're getting there, right? We've got a strong economy, even for tiny little Portugal. Now, I know we have taken a little bit of land extra as well, right? So it's not just tiny puny Portugal. But we're doing quite well for ourselves. We've got some colonial possessions coming up, albeit they're about to pop up on the map soon enough, but we've got some charters going around. And we just need to maximise the effectiveness of what we're doing, right? Now, the angle we take of this is going to be interesting because we want to get to that Brazilian area and Venezuela and those brilliant RGO ASAP to maximise our income. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone joining in. Thank you for being here. AV, would you consider a single-player campaign where you start as England perhaps and don't take any territory and just play Tool? I mean, playing Tool, absolutely, it's on the agenda. Now, it's definitely something you can do, but it's something that we need to do to get it going. Now, there's lots of avenues for that, and I think playing Tool definitely isn't the meta at the moment. So how enjoyable that would be to watch is the question there. But I'm definitely up to try it out and see how it goes. Now, we want to ram pack our coffers full of money at the moment, as we need to get as much for our colonial possessions as possible. So what we're going to start by doing is ramping up our nobility tax. Now, I know it's going to turbo destroy their satisfaction in the short term, but with that little capital boost, we should be able to use that to get some good explorations going. Now, let's check on that quickly, as I know we've just hit the age of discovery, so we've got a lot going for us. But that's an explorer and that's an explorer, so we can send another guy off. And hopefully we'll have the money for it. Why not? And I always recommend sending your older people because obvious reasons, right? The chance of death on these missions is quite high. But we need to get proper explorers. Now, have we unlocked the technology for it yet? Or are we going to get there soon? We have, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to maximize our gold per output now, so we can get those explorers up quickly. And it is, don't get me wrong, it is quite an investment, but I think it's worth it. Now, let's get going. How is everyone doing? Hey, Green Gob, how you doing? It's good to see you. You're doing your first attempt of colonising as Tuscany, and you've got South America and the footholds in America. Hey, you're doing quite well for yourself. No, it's an interesting mechanic. Look, I don't think it's as good as EU4 yet, but it's that's another can of worms. And obviously, with the paradox survey at the moment, a lot of people have been airing their dirty laundry, let's say, but. No, I think there's definitely a lot of room to grow. Now, let's get an explorer going. So, it'll cost us £1,000. However, oh no, it's not modified. It's just a base cost. Okay, can't do any cheese on that one, unfortunately. So we have unlocked Domingo Soares, and he has got a navigator trait. That's pretty good. That's a good one. So what we can do now is we can change one of these guys to that explorer, and then we'll just keep investing in some new guys when we can. Now, we'll only be able to keep this tax rate up for a little bit longer before our nobles get too annoyed at us. And it's not worth having any rebellions at all, because then you start losing loads of money to funding those rebellions, essentially. So we've got to be quite careful in that respect. In terms of our economy, let's just quickly reintroduce ourselves, as it's been a while. It's going all right. We've got to get some civilian buildings going, but on the whole, we're doing pretty good. Now, let's get another explorer going at the same time as well. Let's annoy our burgers, why not? And we will swap our last non-explorer guy to the explorer if I can find him down there. He's also a navigator, so another very good trait. Obviously, the big difference is that your explorer trait, just having it, is a base 0.5 on a guy not having it at all. So it's gigantic and absolutely is worth 1,000 ducats. Let's check our RGOs as well. Anything good? Not really. And we're doing all right for food, so we don't have to worry about that respect. Now, how's Lisbon doing? Because we had some issues last session that it, by some unknown person, had forgotten to upgrade it to a city after the great earthquake. So we've had to redo that one just quickly. Welcome, Slezoid. How you doing? Good to see you. It does need a DLC, right? I mean, you've got to be quite realistic. Everything in this game needs a DLC, right? And like the difference between Byzantium now, very, very dead, and Byzantium when they have the DLC is going to be astronomical. And we just need to prepare for that, right? The game is made to be here for a good decade. It's not meant to be finished right now, even if we would love it to be. That's just wishful thinking. But it will get there, and that's why I have so much hope for this game. Now, let's have a look at our road network as well. Ooh, even more colonies. Actually, how much are we spending on colonies at the moment? 22. That is not enough. Let us get more. Now, we've got these little dudes down there. Have we not got any of it? Oh, we do have one over there. We can probably get one down here as well. Is there any good RGOs? Let's have a check. Saffron. Let's do it. And pearls. Oh, the Aragonese there, unfortunately. We could try and compete them for it. Why not, actually? Let's do it. We have the money, so let's do it. Let's not spend too much on colonies. We want to get the bus first, and for that, that's actually a good point. Let's check our libraries. Have we got any libraries we can make? No. The universities. If we can make universities and get our research speed up, that would be so productive for getting down our colonial text faster. Meaning that we can then get this bus faster and win that colonial race. Because a big part of the colonial meta at the moment is just out-competing the other people. Like, as you can see, we're already fighting Castile, we're already fighting Aragon. Soon enough, oh, that's not good. We have a regency. Let's check who our next ruler is going to be. It's going to be this little 8-year-old here. He's got a good education at least. But that's not amazing. Yeah, when England gets into the mix, oh wow, Castile are mirroring them. When France get into the mix, it will be a very different picture. So we just need to prepare for that. Now, spinners guilds are apparently very, very profitable. So, are we over our building cap in Lisbon? No, we're not. So we can make a few. Don't want to overdo it on these little dudes, though. Sort by productive capacity as well, and upgrade these guys first. Brilliant. That'll sort out a big part of our economy. Now, we need to check our maritime presence. It's a good little map mode for that as well. Just going to turn the music down a second, so let's not have that too large. As you can see, we've got some decent maritime presence. It's not perfect yet, though, by any means. Oh, 76 there. So let's get this one up. We want to get as high as possible around our starting provinces so we can keep these guys controlled. Now, can we actually annex these vassals yet? How are we doing? I believe we're still improving relations with them. Yeah. And check that one as well. No, okay. It's not too bad. We can deal with that. Now, Charcon Kills, we've just made a few of them. Scriptoriums, though, we could definitely make a few more. And we're still... I mean, I know printing press is around the corner, but scriptoriums are still decent for us. Any RGOs, actually? A few food ones. Probably make some more roads as well. Just get some more inline proximity. But we don't want to make them into Spain. That would not be profitable for us. And we have our parliament. So we have sponsor a university, which sounds very good for us. Not necessarily just for the university, right? But we want that progress towards innovative. Because that will give us some gigantic buffs towards research. And at the same time, we can probably push to innovative. And we'll get really far into it. Let's find it. There we go. Yeah, we can get far into that, which would be really good for us. There might actually be, if we check, feudal nobility. Can we go... Oh, well, we could go to Admiralty regime. That could be good for our naval. But I don't want to go for that straight away. Ooh, 5 research progress and plantations. Now, let's check that. I actually don't know if we can make them or not. Sugar plantation. No, we can't. That's just for the New World. Okay, we can do that later. We will get to the New World. That's the whole point of this save, right? How's everyone doing today? You guys all good? We have a loan to repay. Well, let's get that done. Oh, I've just pressed the extend button because I'm an absolute idiot. But that's a bit of a waste of money. Brain fart there. We'll let them steal our prestige again. Demand for a new monastery. Sure. Actually, our noble satisfaction is hell. So let's rein that one back in. Let's not annoy our nobles. That's really annoying. But we'll get a good image out of that anyway. How far do we get up to? A decent amount. Nothing crazy, but it's okay. Now, let's get back to assimilating our cheeky little province down there. See, I'm still having to get used to how fast the game's going now ever since the optimization video. It sort of doubled my game speed, so I'm still not used to it. Assimilate pops to our culture, Portuguese, and okay, there we go. We need to get cores in that land ASAP. Maritime presence is going up there. I might split you in half, actually. There we go. She's got really good stats, even just as a ruler. Regent, sorry. That's insane. Now, we've got enough money, so what we're going to do is send people out to the seas again. They've come back a lot faster than I expected, to be honest. So we just need to keep at it, because we've got a lot of very cheap explorers that we can use. And now we've got some colonial provinces. Their time coming to and from is a lot easier. So we can just spam them and essentially find out the world very quickly. I believe one of our explorers has passed on, so let's recruit a new guy. There we go. Oh, we've got Treasure Hunter. That's a bad trait, but look, it's better than nothing. It's worth the investment. Anything we can actually do for our economy now? I mean, we could urbanize a bit. Let's have a look at our location ranks. Your iron. I don't want to over-urbanize and ruin all of our food stock, though, so everything is in balance, right? You need to be careful and see how it goes. Horses, wheat, marble, copper. We could start making some cities, actually. I know we've just made a city here, so we should probably actually get this a bit more productive. There we go. Should we... Yeah, let's make that watchtower. Why not? Speed up our expedition. I've got no problems with that. Our economy is going so well, we can just keep spamming and colonizing everywhere now. Same with some fancy urbanisation as well. Fish isn't very good, so I don't really mind getting rid of it. We've got a lot of it anyway. Is it better to create colonial charters or keep the land for yourself? Well, it obviously depends on the situation, right? And that's sort of what we're trying to find out in this save. I mean, I won't claim to know all the answers here. I mean, that's sort of why I'm doing this, because I want to learn it with you guys. But from my brief understanding, right, is you want charters in place where you can't get control. So if I was to do a big West African conquest spree and put a governor there, I'd be able to get control there. But if I had my governors used up elsewhere, then the charter would be useful, right? So you sort of just have to plan everything through and think of it in balance. Now, let us get some more colonial charters going as we have the money for it. And to be honest, lots more locations we've found. And one here. But it's going to get expensive, as you can see. Yeah, 120 on colony growth already. That's painful. And look, the expeditions are already back. So let's get those out again. And once we're going again, we'll have a quick check of what we've explored so far, because it's going very fast with the amount of explorers we have. And don't get me wrong, it's taking up our coffers, but I think that's in a good way, you know. Let's send you out. Why not? Yeah, we're about to find the new world, which will be good. We should get a cheeky little event there if we're the first ones to it. Now, are you trying to do the achievement for Portugal in this run? Well, I mean, it's Iron Man, so the world is at our feet. It is our oyster. We can do whatever we want, really. Now, let's get you going back down there for maritime presence. The game speed. Ooh, a gift to the state. 1,000 tickets free? Absolutely. Thank you very much. Now, do we want to make any cities? Well, how are we doing for population? We can make a city here if we haven't already. Oh, no, we have already. Okay. Well, let's sort of think of where do we want to make our next city? The fish province here could be decent. It is right next to Lisbon. Where have we actually got the population for it? We don't have... It's quite sparse. And we've got these food-producing provinces down here. But if I'm making a city, I want to sort of build it somewhere that's got a bit of population already. But it doesn't seem like we've got that for us. So we will start migrating provinces to this province right by Lisbon. Setúbal. I've definitely mispronounced that. I apologise for any Portuguese people watching. But yeah, we'll get that going and get some more cities going. Now, universities is what we wanted to do. Let's just mass build them across our entire country. Oh, we can't make them down there. That's annoying. Any libraries? Let's check. Yeah, a few libraries. A few wharfs. See, all of these buildings, coastal forts, they're really good for demand and really good for maritime presence. Have we unlocked docks yet? Yes, we have, and we didn't build them. Well, we can rectify that pretty quickly. That's some good investment. Now, can we get you drilling yet? Oh, we haven't researched that. Okay, iron output is good. Can we make any bog iron smelters with that technology? We can do at least one. Ask to improve cultural opinion. Absolutely. Let's do that. Can make a few more. Why not? Because iron is very profitable, especially with that tech. Actually, let's check for RGOs at the same time because, yes, there we go. 124 ducats worth in that RGO. That's crazy. That's absolutely worth it. Now, straight back into our expeditions, I think. We've got a lot of the world that we're starting to discover. So, oh, the 100 Years' War is over. The French have won. Surprise, surprise. As you can see, we're starting to see loads. So we don't want to over-colonize down here. And I know we sort of have already. Look at how much we're spending on our colonies. But we've got to be just got to be quite careful. Let's keep you on equilibrium. See, our tax base is going up as well, so we can't really complain. The country is in a good state at the moment. Let's expand these RGOs. If you're going to be a city, you need to be able to be a city. So we need to prepare. And we do have another regency. Brilliant. It's not brilliant at all. But this guy is looking alright in terms of his stats, so it's not too bad. Hi, Left Wing. How you doing? You'd like to see them add more resources and more buildings. Oh, I mean, look, it would definitely happen. And that's huge. Discovery of a new world. We are the first ones there. So 20 prestige, 5 research progress, and a hell of a lot of money. And we've got the achievement. Hey, can't really complain. Let's pump a bit more into stability, actually, because we've got the money for it. Why not? And let's just keep that exploring going, because, look, it's going very well for us at the moment. Let's take over the entire world. Sort of the point of this run, get a colonial empire going. So we're starting to be able to see the Caribbean. If we could actually see their coastline, that would be brilliant, because we could start to colonize it. And then once we can get the trades going for those insane RGOs, oh, we're going to be minted. Speaking of that, actually, it's probably worth expanding out some more marketplaces to prepare for when we have those trades. Because we're being able to funnel those goods into Europe is going to be so effective for our economy. Bohemia, brilliant. Now, bog iron smelters, we can only make one in mainland Portugal, which is a little bit annoying. Do we want to change any cabinet members and get some better guys on it? Well, we can definitely think about it. And we've got the money for it. So why don't we hire a few courtiers? So it'll cost us in the form of legitimacy and having to get that legitimacy back. But I think it's worth it. Really strong characters are always effective. Now, we have our tech sorted out for a while, but we don't want to overdo it. Let's check our control and proximity while we're here. Can we get any more bridges? We can. Let's do it. Can they turn lead into gold yet? Hey, another good event. We're getting pretty lucky, you know. I can't complain. Go. And get some more roads coming out of Lisbon. Oh, that's not Lisbon. Brilliant. See, the beauty of Portugal is it's so tiny, right? So you can sort of, I know we're talking about playing tool and we have expanded a bit, but you can sort of just play tool. Now I know it's not the most fair assessment of what tool is meant to be, but it's still sort of. Oh no, we don't want to go into debt for that. Let's pump up our nobility tax again, get some more money in the short term. We have definitely over-egged the colonial investment, but that's okay. It will come back to us. Now we've got some diplomats free. Let's definitely use them. Ask to support courier proposal. We don't need to do that. Subject relations. Can we share knowledge to them? I mean, why not? No issues on my part. We need to start preparing these guys to be annexed as well. I want to get them under our thumb ASAP. But we've sort of maxed out how we can improve our relations with them at the moment. So if we were to crank up our diplomatic spending, we would get some loyalty for them, but it wouldn't give us in relations. So that's what we sort of have to wait for at the moment, unfortunately. In the meantime, we can get a spy network on Morocco because we need to go to war with them again. They're getting gigantic. If we can take that entire coast, essentially a lot more land for us to actually have direct control over and just take. So it would be effective for us. Now, obviously, expanding into Castile as well is something we could consider, but they've been a good ally to us at the moment, so it's probably not our first port of call, and we would need a much bigger army if we wanted to sort of fend off against them. Or an alternative ally in the form of someone like France or England, but France are not our biggest fan. Now, let's send off some more expeditions, because they're finishing so fast that it's quite hard to keep up. We've got Brazil. We've got Central Africa. Colombia. Now, Colombia is an insane region in this game. I know we can't see it yet, but I'll show you when we can, because the RGOs are incredible. Have you guys had many colonial runs? Hello, could you show your values and explain your build, please? Well, hello, Alejandri. How are you doing? Let's just do this parliament and I'll get straight on that. So we have got develop the interior. Now, that's very good. It would allow us to spam out some urban buildings. So let's do that. It's a very good cost reduction. Change policy to favour the wealthy, maybe not. Commoners in the administration, maybe not. Traditional economy, it might be our own choice. Are we still? No, we're still capital, that's good. So in terms of our build, we are economically just quite normal, right? We're just sort of expanding our production as much as possible. We've expanded our RGOs pretty much to the max. We've got some good control and some good proximity. What we're sort of doing is we're maxing out as many urbanized locations as we can to get these fancy trade goods from all across Africa and Asia and the New World and trade them all to Europe. So for this, you need a hell of a lot of urbanized locations. As you can see, we've got loads of towns, loads of cities, and we're sort of having to keep up with the food for that. As you can see, it's getting quite expensive. So something we'll do soon is we'll start making a bunch of irrigations. The meta for food at the moment, if I show you food productivity here, is we've got some big gaps. As you can see, -2, +50, is to have a bunch of these provinces. What we've done here, just being your food producers, and you can stack these buffs in them in the form of irrigation and a lot of other stuff. And when you max out your RGO as well, it all goes together and you make one hell of a lot of food. So we need to pick a few more provinces to work on and make them our food farms. But irrigation, does the current 20% buff apply to it? No, it doesn't. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to make a few more masons because we're constructing a lot. And they better be subsidized. They're not. Okay, right, let's make a few more masons with that current debuff that we've got, because that will make us a lot of money in the short term. Now, we need to keep a surplus of masonry to keep that building cost reduction if we are to build loads. And the further you get into the game, the more you're going to be building, right? Now, that's a very good tech, reducing our proximity costs through maritime presence. Now, let's check that, actually. How are we doing in that front? We'll get to it going all right. You essentially want to maximize your maritime presence as much as possible when you've got like overseas provinces like over here, so we can actually get control over them. And that's why we do, because of our proximity is so high. But speaking of that, we should probably make some roads in Granada as well. That one into the mountainous provinces, so they can just get as much proximity as possible. Almeria, we'll do... Ooh, we're getting a lot of development out of this. I'm not complaining at all. Now, we've got the option here to sort of go for a law change if we want to, or additional taxes, actually. Or larger levies. What are there any laws which you want? Well, that one's all right. No, that's our unique thing. Religious teachings. If only we had education for the masses available to us, that'd be good. It's not there at the moment. Civil society. Now we're happy with that. Same with Navy audits. Actually, we could go for the capital economy one now. We don't need naval as much. Expanded levies, free subjects. Yeah, we need that. To be honest, I think our sort of things are alright, you know? We don't really have that many laws that we need to change. Well, I can't even find one, let's be honest. Prosperity is fine, central council is fine. Okay, we don't need to change that. So let's go for additional taxes. We'll look at inward focus, and we will just tax the hell out of our burgers for now and get some short-term cash. I'm going to have to get our nobility going back to normal because they are not happy with us. Now, we just need to use this short-term cash. Make it worth it. And for that, we need cities and urbanized locations. Or food provinces. We have a new parliamentary minister. So, we have no one with really good stats. So let's get a few more courtiers, actually. Now, it's expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's worth it. And you can do it through cabinet here. Do you? Anyone better? I mean, there's this 17-year-old. He's okay. Let's do it, why not? I don't want to keep wasting all of our legitimacy. And we will send some more expeditions out at the same time. We've got the gold for it, so why not? Now, how are our colonies doing? Slowly growing. Slowly being the key word. We need to see if we can speed that up. Farming villages also provide +4 food production per level, so you can stack 50% just from them. Yes, they're really, really good. Obviously, the provinces you can build them in is a bit limited, but they are very, very useful. You sort of just want to stack them all on the same sort of provinces. Like here, getting these farming villages is going to be so good because we've already stacked the buff so high. So let's go and do that now, actually. There we go. Our king has arrived. He's not amazing, but he's okay. We want a royal marriage. Yes, we do. Are you in line for the throne? No, you're not. Okay, let's find someone else. You're not. Frigga, you are not. Lovely. Doesn't seem to be very many people that we can use at the moment. Distant cousin. Well, we don't want that sort of stuff. Ah, I don't know who you are, but you've got good stats. Let's do it. Now, we want to appoint you as an admiral as well to get to push us towards navy and for that crown power. Speaking of, are there any counting houses we could build? I don't know if we've invested that much into it. No, we haven't. That'll be very good for our crown power. See, there's always stuff to spend your money on in this game. Farming village and irrigation saved my ass from starving a few hours back. Yeah, like, we are spending a lot on our food already, as you can see here, 34. So investing in it early is very, very useful. And I think we've made the right choice to invest quite a lot in these two provinces. I mean, they will become quite population hotspots at the same time, but that's not too bad because they'll attract a lot of people here. And because of the large food storage in the province, it will give them a lot to reproduce with, let's say. Now, more expeditions. We can have a survey of the quick new world after we send some guys out again. Send you to Canada, why not? We seem to be finding everyone at the moment, which is not a bad thing at all. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. We're starting to see the world. This is beautiful. Cannot complain one bit. Let's keep going again. Now, do we want to go after the Moroccans? Well, we could go for attack wrestling rival. Let's do it. Start of war. Not just yet, but we will get there. So to prepare for that quickly, we want some more artillery, I believe, so we can max out our siege speed. And so hopefully we don't have to raise our levies, as we want to keep that economic advantage of having people in their jobs as much as possible. We're going to crank up our stability cost, not because we don't want to eliminate the chance of us getting a census, but just because we need the estate satisfaction equilibriums at the moment, so we can tax people as much as possible. The slave trade. Ah, okay. So, the establishment of plantations has been successful for us. Lots of goods, they need cheap labour. Okay, so we have the opportunity to expand the acquisition of slaves from West Africa to satisfy their demands. We can not get involved, or we can encourage it. Well, we'll test it out, why not? We haven't played this run before, so let's give it a go. Sort of have to go with history on that one, even if it isn't very right. Rafael Monterio. Have we got any in our crown estate that we can do? No. Okay, let's get it up. Brilliant. Let's keep going. Well, yeah, so we are centralisation for the moment, but look, just because you go one value doesn't mean you have to stick with it for the entire game, right? We could flip back decentralised if we get loads of colonial vassals, which it looks like we will do. But for now, we're there because it's strong and it's good for us. But the further we get into the game, the better roads we unlock. We won't need centralisation as much, especially for these sort of inland provinces, because we can get control pretty much from sea and then from roads from our ports. So we've got a lot going for us. Now, do we want to choose any other food provinces? Well, this one is a 10 out of 10 wheat province. We could make some farming villages here, but unfortunately we can't make irrigation there. But it might be worth it. We just need to get as much food as possible. Livestock is always good food as well, though. Just need to find a place that we can actually get irrigation, really. There we go. This could work up here in Valencia. Or Valenza. There we go. That'll be good for food. So that'll get our food cost down, which is the important bit. Let's move you back over as you've got your maritime presence up to full. Colonial policy. There we go. This will be good for us. Now, let's do a quick plug of the nobility tax to get some money in. because we are still spending way too much money on our colonies. I maybe went over and above for that one for a bit, but that's not too bad. How much do we need to change the law? 220. Okay, that's not too bad. Brilliant. Right, let's oh, our burghers now don't like us, so let's. Why do they really don't like us? And they're supporting rebels as well. Oh well, can't change that. Let's tick our nobility back to normal though. Colonial policy. So do you want settled colonies? So improving their migration speed, reducing their maintenance, and pushing us, or trade colonies? Well, we're the first one there, so let's go for settled ones. We can go for the Portuguese one down the line. It's very strong. Let's have a quick look at that again, so we can just compare it. But it doesn't seem to be an option just yet. So we need the age 4 advance, but then we get a lot more migration and much higher reduced maintenance. But you lose income from subjects, actually. So maybe that's more of a centralized build. I actually quite just like settled colonies on its own, to be honest. Now, we're getting further towards outward, though, which is good. Cultural tradition is essentially a useless stat. It's really bad. Power projection is good. Diplomatic capacity is good. Monthly colonial migration is obviously very, very good. So I'm going to sort of push that early to maximise the speed at which these colonies are going, because the faster they go, the faster they finish, right? And we need to save that money ASAP. Welcome everyone joining the stream at the moment. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you all. Chuck a message in the chat and say hi. It's good to see you all. Now, we need to keep working on this food because we don't want to start doing sort of preventative changes as you urbanise is very, very important. Support Cura proposal, why not? Our burghers still aren't very happy with us. That's not the end of the world. Now, we could... How far are we into communalism? Quite a bit. So yeah, let's give the tribes a little friendly buff. Dilute the power of our other estates. Our nobility are down to 10% power, which is brilliant because they are now useless. But it obviously means that our burghers are becoming more and more of a problem. So we're now going to have to start focusing on containing our burghers rather than our nobility. Ooh. Okay, so we've got our CB on Morocco. Before that, do we want to change out feudal nobility? What we could do is we could go for fixed vassal obligations, which is a lot more loyalty and progresses us towards outward. But what we would lose is traditional economy and noble estate satisfaction, which doesn't sound too bad for me. Other options, though, could be bank ledger system, which is very, very good. Reducing that trade maintenance could be insane for us, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Could we actually get rid of 2 or more? No, we couldn't. Okay, feudal nobility is our only choice at the moment because the others are just too good. Do we have anything else we could go for? Building cost is good. 10% building cost is insane, actually. Crown power. Yeah, I think we're just going to go for that. Sadly, we're not even going to go for colonial expansion. We're going to go for that that loyalty one. That seems so good for the sort of game we're going for. If we get any colonial subjects, it will buff their loyalty up, and it will push us further into that value, which gives us some insane buffs just by itself, as you can see here. Let's get going again. Now, we have some more explorations to send off, so let's get going with that one. Let's use our lovely explorers, because we paid quite a lot for them. There you go. And it is expensive, don't get me wrong, but we don't really have much we can even benefit in our own economy at the moment, so it's not worth focusing on too much. Now, we could think about doing some sort of governor in the tip of Morocco once we get here. Naval governor, in fact. And I'm not against it at all. But we can, the alternative argument, right, is that we can just sort of control it ourselves. Oh, we can do a bog iron smelter here. Let's do it. That's going to be really useful. Nobility want privileges. What would we get if we did that? Oh, they'd like us more. Okay. I'm happy with that. I'll tax them as much as possible. Now, we need to start that war. So let's get some final more regulars going. We want some camp followers as well, especially if we're going into North Africa. Ooh, the colony of Bassa. So where are we? So we are in Africa. So do we want to form a colonial subject here? Where we get a free town, we could either become them. See, I keep saying this button is way too big, right? No one ever wants to play as a colonial subject. Or we can integrate it. Now, it isn't our core at the moment. It's just a colony. I think we can always release it if we want to. But we could probably think about trying to do some sort of centralized West Africa. Let's give it a go. Let's just keep it integrated for now. Part of this run, right, is that we want to try stuff. And if we make mistakes, we make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. Get some more fibrous crops going, as I did reduce our production of that quite substantially. Shouldn't hurt our economy by any means. 910 tax space for Portugal isn't half bad either. Now, our view of the world is looking quite good, though. Ooh, the ghost ship. Sure, we'll progress towards innovative a bit. Who are they? Oh, that's the jungle. But yeah, we're starting to be able to see the world, which is really nice. We can also see South Africa, which I can't see any gold down here yet, which is very sad. But we can definitely start colonizing it. But we want to. We also need to consider something I haven't been doing before is natural harbour capacity where we make our colonies. That's going to be quite big. Ah, new parliament as well. What have we got available to ourselves? Balance the budget. Yes, please. Thank you. Let's whack that minting up and just enjoy the free money. Now, have we got a colony here? We do. Brilliant. We'll pay our loans now. That's amazing. We want to get as high harbour capacity as we can because it's so important. Now, that should push our economy up a bit as well, as that's an expensive colony that's finished in Bassa. Now, same in Grebo. So, where are we? Yeah, we'll keep you integrated for now. I think I might try and make this a big integrated subject if possible. It could be quite useful. Obviously, getting maritime presence down here is going to be quite important, though. Seas property we'll take. That's a lot of gold going straight into our coffers. Any RGOs we can make? Yes, but nothing's very good. Okay. So we need a new cabinet minister as well. Let's give that a look. See if we can summon a decent person out of nowhere, please. Okay, he's okay. Nothing special. Do we want to make a head of the cabinet? Sure. We will make this guy here head of the cabinet. Let's do it. He's a noble, sure, but look at how powerful our nobility are. They're at 11%, so it's really not going to cause us any issues. We will take the issue for that. We will summon some festival ground complaints. Now, our burghers aren't very happy with us, and they are sort of trying to rebel, but it's not the end of the world. So it seems like our army is ready. Now, we probably should, if we're especially going colonial, we need to get some new transport fleets going. So let us invest in a big one. We've got the money for it. I wish there was an easier way to mass build a navy, but this is the way. We're used to this one. There we go. We are done, pretty much. Boom. Right, that is our transport sorted. Now, let's combine our navies quickly before we go in deep. Now, they don't have a big army at all. Castile, I will continue supporting you because the Curie isn't that big, but better not backstab us. Now, how are we doing in terms of our relations with our vassals? Are you annexable now? No, you are not. That's really annoying. Okay. Let us start a war. Let's call in Aragon and Castile just for the fun of it. And we will co-belligerate Tunis so we can take a lot of land. There we go. Now, we need to be careful. Let's just check our vassal loyalty quickly. Because obviously, if their loyalty drops below 50, then they can separate peace. And we don't want that at all. Okay, it looks okay. So let's send out some more expeditions if we've got the money for it spare. Let's you get up there to Greenland. Now, we've got Colombia here as well. So let's send you up to Colombia. Alvaro Texasa. Brilliant. And we might even start a new colony. And where is our natural harbour that we were looking at? It was here. Let's do it. Quite far away though, but it'd be worth it. Now, Rowdy, okay, we can deal with that. Not the end of the world. It's olive province here. You can go for it. Be urbanised. Anywhere else we want to urbanise? Well, it's lumber 1 here. Why not? Lumber can be remade with lumber mills, so it's actually, it seems a bit counterintuitive, but it's quite a good location for urbanisation. Especially if you build in there, you get the buff for like paper. If you're, oh no, our army has just got wiped. Okay, right, we need a bigger boat. I mean a bigger army. Let's just make a bigger one. Right, we might have to do a cheeky little Dunkirk fast. While we build a cheeky bigger army. But we'll get there. Call it teething issues, if you will. Navy templates exist. Whoa, how have I missed that? Let's find that out. Because I need that. Build ships. Recruitment buildings. Where? Ah, there we go. Unit template. Yo, it's like EU4. Okay, that sounds. Okay, I needed that. Let's just say like 30 cog. Brilliant. Hey, that sounds. Happy with that. But the priority has to be actual troops at the moment after we just got slaughtered a little bit. But we've got the money for it. I don't mind staying on high minting for now anyway. Just pure numbers are going to be quite important to us. We can start going on the fancy troop types later. Castile seems to be doing a job though for now, which is good. I mean, the reason why we're not raising our levies is because malaria obviously is everywhere in that North African plateau. So we want to stay as far away from that as possible with our actual domestic population, right? But to be fair, the more we build up these food provinces around the map, the more opportunity we will have to grow our population as you increase your food storage. And farming villages are really good for that food storage as well. Now, irrigation is got to be one of the most underrated buildings in the game, just for the population capacity. Like, if I show you, so we've got here, like, these guys have a population capacity of 391,000 in comparison, and it's a rural location, in comparison to this rural location here, which is 92, purely because irrigation and the buff stacked on top of it. Because that base 1,000 doesn't seem like a lot, but when you've got a lot of these buffs on top of it as well, it does really add up. So irrigation, as long as it's on food provinces, it's really worth it. We can even make a few in Lisbon, why not? We're over our building capacity, but we want to get as many population in there as possible. We're almost at our level for a city here as well, which would be really good. Now, we've got enough troops, I believe, so let's get you to the New World quickly. Well, North Africa isn't really the New World, isn't it? But I'm sure they'll get there fast enough. Do the stats of the consort matter? In terms of, like, air stats, no. Like, it's not like CK3 where it's genetics, right? They don't add up and they don't create a better effect for you in terms of how your children are, right? But what it does do is it actually, let's join a foreign order quickly. We want one that gives us admin because that's the strongest stat by far. What it does do is if this king dies early, right, we're going to have a region, and if you have a better stats in your region, you get better stats through that way, and you can obviously get PUs, which is the big thing. Right, brilliant. Now we want to get some fancy education on our heirs. I really hate how our crest, but there's nothing I can do about that. Expensive education. Let's do for you. You're the heir. Let's destroy their navy quickly. Brilliant. And we got a naval trait on our king, which is amazing for pushing us even further as naval. So that's brilliant. I mean, if we could get a colonial trait, I think that would probably be even better, but we're not there yet. Send out a new expedition, as we've got an explorer free. We check for another one. We've got the money for it. We'll wait until an explorer is free. Now, we have our big naval build-up ready to be consolidated. So let's bring you all out so we can have our big armies all at the same time. That is amazing. That's a lot of cogs. Now, we're going to need a lot of ships. If we're trying to centralise Western Africa, we're going to need a lot of maritime presence down here if we want to try and make it all of ours, essentially. So that's why it's going to be so important to take this Moroccan coast in this war. And that's why we've got a full spine oak here, because that will help us siege it a lot faster. As you can see, we're getting minus 20% on our time for siege progresses just because of that spine oak. It's really important. Bye, MC Gaming. Good to see you. How are you doing, Ozymandias? Is decentralization the meta? I guess I don't see why you wouldn't want the crown power and proximity speed from centralized. Well, kind of, right? I mean, everyone knows centralized is better, but I think values are getting to a stage where they're way more situational, which is a really good thing for the game, right? When we have our gigantic colonial empires, and we'll have a lot of subjects, especially in the New World, we're going to want to go back to decentralized. Probably. I mean, I'm not sure yet. We'll get there. We're sort of finding this out for ourselves as we get through the game. But we probably want to keep these guys loyal. And for that, it's going to need to be decentralized or bust, really. So, no, I'm sure we will get back to decentralized. But for now, while we're battling for control of our own parts, yeah, centralized is very, very good for us. Let's quickly check our expeditions. Now we're all good. How is the Moroccan army holding up? Good, it's dying. Okay, we can split into 2 armies now, I believe, then. Get a new general on this guy, and just start expanding. We're getting enough food out of it anyway. But the big thing for us is maritime presence if we want that control and proximity. We've got pike and shot available to us. Let's take it. Why not? We've got the money. And obviously embracing institutions as well buffs your monthly research progress, as you can see here, which is so important to us at the moment. And let's push to Fez, I believe. And take out this army, actually, if we can. Oh, it's already been destroyed. Lovely. So we might have to fight it, but we'll see when we get there. The new colony, it's West Africa again, so we'll just keep it as Portugal for now. But because a good few have finished, we might be able to start some more charters. So we'll start a new one here. A new one here. Actually, do we want to? Aragon's already there. Yeah, let's leave that for now. Castile is going to the colonies as well, so we might have to get in some colonial wars with people who are our current allies, Aragon and Castile. So we just need to be very careful to make sure our army is big enough that if we do get into a conflict, we will be fine. So actually getting some more armories is probably a good idea. There we go, we'll start a few going. There we go, that is a big siege completed. Now let's move over to Fez. We want to get this siege done first in this town here, so we have the food supply line, and then we'll just start expanding south. They're eyeing us up in terms of their army. Now, you never should underestimate the North Africans in EU5 because their base tribal levies are so strong. It's unbelievable. And we should win that. Let's ensure our balance and destroy them. Brilliant. And we got a good trait as well. Do we want to spend money on getting pop satisfaction? Sure, why not? We've got the money for it. Whether it's the most effective use of it, I'm not sure, but we're not going to say no. A stupid mechanic. The most infuriating thing about Portugal and Castile is not being able to form an empire as Catholic. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but it's the thing is you can always go Lollardy. Lollardy is so strong in this game, so I would never advise you to not go for it. But sort of the reason why we're doing that at the moment is I want to see how the Treaty of Tordesillas works. Like I said, I've been quite upfront. I'm quite new to colonisation myself, so it'll be very interesting to see how it goes. Now, we're currently doing the Siege of Fez. We have a native policy as well. So we could do trade, which would reduce our colonial maintenance. Subjugation, which would give us a CB, but we can probably get CBs anyway. Or integration, which would allow us to promote tribesmen, essentially make them become peasants. And that's an interesting one. Because we are very fond of free subjects, so serfdom is definitely not the play. Even if that would be good for the CB. Integration could be a shout. If we want to actually make these, like especially the African ones, a big like Portuguese empire. Let's try it out, why not? Morocco actually has quite a lot of cities here. So if we took this land for ourselves and got it to be a nice little naval government type situation, could be a very good little place. Let's get as much war score as we can. We can also push up to Tunis as well, and getting like Tunis and Sicily would be very good for our little naval empire. Because if you push so far down the naval tree, you essentially don't really lose any proximity from just progressing down these coastlines, right? You can see how much we'll get in Granada just from Portugal. One religion that I found is way worse than I thought is Islam. Well, you do get access to slavery through it, which is quite good in terms of your workforce. I think Catholicism is really weak. The fact that the heretical, what's it called? Like the Lollardy and stuff is so much stronger than the base religion. Seems crazy. Orthodox also seems quite underpowered, but I know it's getting a rework soon, so yeah, I'm sure it won't be underpowered for long, right? That's the thing, it's a new game, right? Balancing is always going to take a bit of a stroll. It will take time for it to get up to where it needs to be. Now we've got a new research we can do. Power projection. To be fair, we have a lot of options for us. We might want to get the Hulk ship. Same with our early Carracks. If we're preparing for a war with our allies as well, but boost colonial charter. Okay, we can't even caravels. We need caravels. Silver output, copper output, exploration cost. Let's do it. Rights for the burgers as well. Quest for a new world. There we go. Lots of very good things for us at the moment. Cool. Don't need to worry about that again. Let's check our explorations quickly. We have the Caribbean. Brilliant. And we have the east coast of America. So we are starting to see places, which is brilliant. We might need to invest in some more explorers soon, as we are getting around it. There's a lot to explore. But we're starting to see provinces. Now, we could actually... Could we start colonizing it? We actually could. Do we want to start there, though? Or do we want to start somewhere like Brazil or Venezuela? Let's check natural harbour suitability. Okay, we sort of haven't found anywhere yet. But I'm keen, because the RGOs are so good over here. Yeah, we'll start it. Let's do it. It's going to take a while for that colony. I'm aware. But any good RGOs over here? No, not at the moment. But there is a river, to be fair. Colonizing on a river is always good. It's very good for your proximity. Let's start one as well. Right, nothing to lose. We found it. Let's colonize it. We are definitely the world's most preeminent colonial power at the moment. But we do need to expand our army again. I mean, it's not too bad, as it's good for demand in our economy, but the bigger we get, the more of a threat we're going to pose. So we need to be prepared to start fighting for what we want. Brazil, we'll do it for the LARP. Yes, we are there. We have gone for Brazil. But for how many colonial charters are you looking at? Are you still able to develop your mainland? Are you not eating Baladiba for maintenance? Well, it's we'll find out as we get there, right? I mean, I'm still learning colonisation. It's sort of a mechanic I haven't done much with yet. So we'll see it as we get there, right? We'll learn it together. I don't know the answer yet. It's the honest truth. We will find it out. It could be a case of all of our subjects, they push us so far to like centralisation that we just need to go decentralisation. Or we could try hold on to it. We don't know, but we will find out. Now, marketplaces. Can we make any more marketplaces? There we go. Brilliant. Because we have access to a lot. And our trade maintenance is getting so low now that all of our trades are getting really profitable. So we could actually start like spamming these like trade offices in other countries and doing that sort of strategy. Which is very, very strong, right? If you're playing a naval or a trading nation, just because you get that trade maintenance so low. The liturgical power is non-existent. Yeah, it's a pain, to be honest. But what can we do about that? No, if you go like Lollardy, like we could do it now, to be honest, right? Before we start colonising the world. Now, I think for LARP purposes, we might as well stay Catholic. But if we're going for pure strength, just going to somewhere like, I don't know why I can't say it at the moment, but Lollardy, you can get like 15% literacy out of it. It's crazy. At that point, it becomes like you're sort of disadvantaging yourself and not doing it because it's just that strong. Let's try and improve relations with you guys again. I know it's annoying in our diplomats, but we need to get them integrated ASAP. That's annoying, incompetent diplomacy. But we've got a lot of kids coming up, which is good. We just need to get them educated. It's going to be not great for our cost of court, though. But having a lot of really good characters in our nation is never a bad thing. Now, Morocco is out of the game. They've got no troops, and they are dead. The question is, do we try and peace out Tunis for nothing, or do we go and annihilate them? And I think we go and try and take them out of the game. We've got enough strength behind us now, especially if I continue expanding this army. But I do think you're right. We're going to have to start going back to decentralized. Especially if we sort of spam vassals to integrate and convert this land, which is what we will have to do. So, yeah, I think you're right. We will have to go back to decentralized. Thank you for your continued support, Stefan. It's much appreciated. Spain and Portugal, it's better to keep the New World to yourself. Yeah, that's sort of my thinking, right? We want to stay colonial, and we want to get those buffs for it. And I'm sure the Treaty of Tordesillas will be in the game so far. But a big problem, to be honest, I mean, I know a lot of people are talking about it, the survey at the moment, is that lack of transparency in the game. There is no mission tree system to show us like what's in the game, what's not in the game, what we can do, what we can't do. Like the Ottomans basically have a mission tree worth of systems that you just can't see because it's hidden behind events. And you only get these certain events if you do certain things. It's like, oh, you've taken this random land in, say, Constantinople. I know it's not random, but you get this event, right? And then if you take a turn, you get this event. But because you can't see that, you can only see that if you go into the files. It sort of takes away from that game flavour. And I think that's sort of what mission trees gave EU4. You could see what you need to do. You could see what you get if you did it. And that transparency was really good for the game. Now, let's go on a bit of a Tunisian conquest. If you are colonising, I heavily recommend max boosting outward over inward. Yeah, that's what we're doing at the moment. We are 52% towards outward, which is very, very good. Like, the buffs are insane. Now, let's land in Tunis quickly. And we've got a big professional army now, so they shouldn't pose a threat. We'll split in two, and we'll start sieging down these places. Rebalance our armies, get a cheeky general on them as well. And we'll give them food through our navy. There we go. But we should be fine for food once we've actually taken these provinces. There we go. Let's push up here. Let's knock Tunis out of this war ASAP. But if we can take Tunis, we will be able to get a lot of money out of it. So we're going to have to get down to decentralized next, because we're just going to make a lot of vassals out of this war. I can see it happening already. And we're going to get a lot of AE from it. But that means we can then start getting these buffs if we start making colonial subjects as well, which isn't the end of the world. Speaking of, we are spending a lot on colonies, but we can probably spend more. So let's send a few more explorers out while we're at it. Carlos, you can head out. Brazil, we'll send the guy to Brazil, why not? We've got one more explorer, brilliant. Cool. And we want to start a South African colony while we're at it. Natural harbour suitability. I mean, why not? We've got the money. Let's do it. So that's another problem with EU5 at the moment, right? If you have money, you can do whatever the hell you want. And if you don't, you can't do much. That exponential effect of scaling your economy and just being able to do stuff on the map and influence the map is too big. Like, in EU4, like, a small nation could be a big nation if they played it well. In EU5, they have no chance. It's just a war of attrition. And the bigger nation has the ability to get a bigger army and more mercenaries, and obviously mercenaries are insane at the moment. And I think that balance feature is quite a big one they need to address. Now we'll get over to Tunis soon. This war is proving quite good for us. We want any more universities? I know we've just urbanized a bit, so we might have some good locations for them. Brilliant. And we need some libraries as well. We'll do some armories after that because we're building an army. Actually, temples first. Temples are very important. There we go. And armories. And we should be nearing 1,000 tax base. So we're still at 900. Okay, it's not too bad. We are at war. And let's push up to Tunis. How are we losing migration in the province we're trying to migrate to? Are they all going to the colonies? That's frustrating. Well, we'll build some more jobs here. That should provide an incentive for people to come over. Same here. If we make more jobs, they should come, which is always useful. And let's finish off these sieges in Tunisia. Hello, Lemon Cake. How you doing? It's good to see you. But what if I want to colonize the Colonial provinces? What if you want to invade Africa? Are you going to stop me? No, like I said, I don't really know much about colonization. That's sort of the point. We're learning it together. But no, we are annihilating the North Africans at the moment. I hate this OPM vassal meta so much, but you're at such a disadvantage if you don't go down that route. No, you are right. It's really frustrating. And I know it's sort of historically accurate, like with how the feudal system works in this time, but it just doesn't feel right. And it's also fundamentally not fun, right? You want a game to be fun. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with E5 at the moment, right? It needs to be more fun. And it can get there, but it needs flavour, and it needs stupid systems like that to work more efficiently in favour of the player, what the player wants to achieve. So we'll go for Market Expansion Acts here, because it's good for our trade efficiency. Make us very, very rich, hopefully, in the short term. Focus on the land, that gets us just above 50%. Now, our burghers still aren't very happy with us, but they should sort themselves out eventually. And, okay, we need to... Actually, I'll just leave it for now. We're on Tunisia. I don't want to abandon Tunisia. Actually, I changed my mind already. What we are going to do here is we're going to create a new unit. We'll just pick one armoured horseman. There we go. That'll keep the siege going. And we'll send you to relieve that little battle over there. Brilliant. Wipe them out. And we can go straight back onto the siege of Tunisia. Amazing. Classic EU4 strategy. Oh no, we've caused the Great Pestilence. Ah, okay. A mysterious plague is ravaging the natives. It's infecting them at an alarming rate and destroying everyone. Well, I feel for them, you know. Definitely not our fault. If anyone doesn't know, the Great Pestilence is essentially the Black Death of the New World. It's think of every single disease known to man combined together, like smallpox, like the bubonic plague, just all working together to murder the natives, and it's not very fun. But yeah, it's good. It's in the game, right? And for them, it must have been like this oncoming storm of hell. But now we know, obviously through history, that it was just the combination of all of the European diseases put together with some native ones as well to create this Great Pestilence. May a kind soul please explain to me how colonial charters work. Well, it's basically a vassal, isn't it, right? You're giving them that control and proximity. You're allowing them... They're giving you in return that trade capacity. And you're using that trade capacity to make yourself rich, right? Look at how much money we're getting from Lisbon already. It's kind of insane. And as we get further and further into the colonies, it's only going to get bigger and bigger. Especially as we're the first ones there. And we are spending a lot on it, obviously, but you get that reward in return for that colonial investment. But I don't know, it doesn't seem as strong as it was in EU4, you know. Like, in EU4, if you were the first into the colonies, oh, you were insane. You got these gigantic subjects that would go around the world fighting for you. And that may be the case, but we'll find out together. How are we doing in terms of getting this city? Okay, we're almost outward. So what we will do is we will get you back on assimilating Portuguese in Malaga. So we need to get these guys caught. It's taking way too long. And we need to coalesce our army on Tunisia. Ransom their troops back to them as it doesn't really cause us an issue. And great, we have now taken their capital, so we can go and piece them out. So what do we want to do? How much do we want to take? Well, there's nothing really stopping us from taking pretty much everything, you know. We're going to have to release it as vassals, don't get me wrong. But we can do that as fiefdoms to minimise the penalties for doing such. I might keep Tunisia just for ourselves, but I might regret that. Are you a different province? You are a different province. Okay, let's get rid of you. Put some more into Tunisia. See if we can get any more provinces. Yes, we can. Okay, well, I think we're going with that. That's a lot of land, don't get me wrong, but we need that. If we want to be this big gigantic empire, there we go. That's a lot. Now we're at war, so we... Oh, hang on a second. That was not meant to be the final peace deal. Oh, because Tunis are bigger, they must have taken command of the war. Ouch! That's a cheeky little mistake. Oh well. Not the end of the world. We'll just have to get them next time. Well, it doesn't mean that we can release them as vassals now, right? So let's just do that exactly. And as we were just saying, it's going to obviously be OPM vassals because that is what the meta is at the moment, sadly. How much is our trade income? Let's have a look. We are currently getting 63 from trade income. And obviously the more crown power we get, the bigger that will be. So if we make some counting houses, that will go up even more. It's probably a good idea, actually. Thank you for that. Let's do it. Ah, let's not get distracted. We were releasing vassals. Let's do that now. So historical subjects. No, you will not be our friend. Vassal, have you got any on our crown estate? Yeah, you are crown estate. You should be loyal. Fiefdom. 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 And you're integrated anyway, you'll be fine. Brilliant. So they should be loyal, especially if they're fiefdom, they're going to be more loyal, which is good for us. Now, our army is back on home soil. That's brilliant. But we need to think about upgrading our navy as well. We've still got bloody fishing boats in there, which can't be very effective for us. How do you have so much crown power? Well, let me show you. So, we don't even have all the buffs, to be fair. We have, where is it? Royal Court gives us 10%. High admin ability, 20%. Our king is in command of our navy, so we get 25% due to that. We then have a lot of urbanised locations. We are deep into centralised, we're full legitimacy, and we have some counting houses. And we can get it up even more if we make even more counting houses. So it's definitely what we need to do. They are just obviously very expensive, especially if we are expanding so much into our colonies. And I've just realised I've left my minting up so high for ages that our inflation is murdering us. So that's an ouch. Let's chuck our nobility tax up quite high to alleviate the deficit, pull back on our stability investment, and let's not make any more colonies until the existing ones are finished, because they are proving a little bit expensive. Yeah, but let's not do a Scotland and bankrupt ourselves. If you didn't know, historically, Scotland actually had colonies. But what they did was they spent way too much money on it, so they had to get bailed out by the English and transferred the colony over to the English for that. So the fancy Scottish colony ended up being dying out. In Hunt for a Cause, in the Great Pestilence, we'll just take the legitimacy hit. Why not? That's even more expensive for us, but nothing we can do about it. Now, are we getting any decent money from our vassals? So we're getting a decent amount. But what we need to do is just get them integrated. There we go. Start annexation on you. If we improve relations with you as well, we should be able to start annexing them as well. But getting these guys integrated has to be our first port of call, as they are right here. Now, if we want a diplomat, let's invest a little bit more in a diplomat. I know we don't have not much money at the moment, but we can always reduce our deficit rate as we go up. But we need to get that inflation rate down. I don't know how that creeped up so much on me. Late game colonies are disloyal no matter what. Well, you just got to stack your loyalty buffs, right? That's why we will definitely end up going back into decentralized. But I believe we can get there. Drill army, sure. Actually, we can't afford that at the moment. Let's not do that. How are we doing for maritime presence? Okay. The colony of Cameroon. Do we want that to be integrated? Let's try it as a colonial subject and see how it goes. Cameroon has formed the Viceroyalty of Cameroon. Oh, we've been called into Castile's war without a choice. That's insane. Thank you for that. I'm annoyed, right? But I will send my army because they're our ally. And we have a big spanking fresh army, so we've got to use it. You can't. I've seen this guy, late game Britain, wants to minus 200 loyalty on his colonies with every buff possible. That's insane. I need to see if I can find that. Send me the link. If you want to join my Discord and DM me, go for it. They nerfed assimilation so much. Yeah, it's painful. We've got a new caravel. That's brilliant. And let's get our army up into France and start fighting. We've been called into this. It's not fun, but we've sort of got to appease our allies, right? Let's get our navy back in the straits. I know we don't have very many fighting ships at the moment, so it might be a suicide mission, but yeah, it's proving a bit of a suicide mission. Let's pull back on our navy. We need to get some caravels and some carracks. Yeah, we have the money for it. And we have a new colonial subjects as well. We'll form a new one, make it a town. Now, we're not going to make any more, as we need our economy to recover a bit. But we'll pivot back on our nobility tax now. Our expenditure is reducing. Now, explorations, we can do a few, because we do have our explorers back, and we don't want to waste them. So I know I've just said we don't have the money for it, but look, we have to keep trying to get as much effectiveness out of it as we can. We will start you annexing if we can. Oh no, they're at war, so we can't. That's frustrating. Well, we can try and peace out this ASAP. Is it just Aquitaine at war, not France? Oh, Aragon. Wait, they must have broken my alliance of Aragon. That's frustrating. Oh well. Let's pivot up our minting a little bit. We need to keep out of debt, because debt is painful. Not only just for money, but for crown power as well, as higher debt reduces your crown power. And our guys returned from that expedition. Okay, we're not going to send another one out, as we can't bloody afford it. But when our crown power gets up to 100% again, it should... Actually, let's just reduce it a bit. Keep our money positive and make sure that we can actually use the people we've paid so much on. Let's do it. We lack the money required. We'll get it next month. Look, we need to get out of the mantra that our crown power always has to be 100%. That's just not true, right? As long as it's above 50%, you don't actually lose that much. So if we can use it to save money, why not? Right, let's go and deal with this British army. Let's not lose mainland Portugal just because of this ass war that the Iberians have pulled us into. Send out another little cheeky explorers at the same time. There we go. And they are running around like headless chickens because they have no food. A very clever E5 AI, guys. Defend home territory. Here we go. Put our AI on. Our AI will fight us for them. I'll get you back in port. We don't want to die. Send out another expedition as we can afford it at the moment. Actually, we don't have an explorer, so let's not do that. Now, how many colonies have we got going? 109 ducats per month's worth at the moment. That's okay. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, but another colonial subject. Ah, South Africa. Yeah, we definitely want you to be a colonial subject. There we go. And I think obviously the good thing about colonial subjects, right, is that if they have enough money, they should start colonizing by themselves as well. So hopefully we'll see them do that. Now, I know the meta in EU4 was always to subsidize your colonies, right? So you could see them expanding. And we can try that out in a sec. Let's just get this war finished and we can figure it out. Now, lumber mills. They want lumber mills. Let's indulge them. Why not? That can't hurt our economy. Having a good surplus of lumber is always good. Do you know if there's a limit to the number of lieutenancies you can build? I don't actually. We need to try that out. They unlock in age 4 though, right? Lieutenancy. I believe they're age 4. Yeah, we definitely can't build any at the moment, so we'll get onto that later. But yeah, that's another thing we can definitely test out during this campaign. Free stability? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Now, can we get out of this bloody war? Yes, we can. Let's do it. Cool. Peace. We like peace. Now, we need to invest in a fancy navy soon, because that was not sufficient for our needs. We'll make a few carrots to start with. That should beef it up a little bit. But obviously, a lot of our money is going on... Oh, so we have a new colony, and we have a new option. So we can let this colony here join Cameroon. Now, it doesn't seem like it is part of Cameroon. I think this is a bit that we want to keep integrated if we want to go for a big West African empire. But that's actually quite cool. You can consolidate your subjects like that. I think that's definitely a system that EU5 missed. They are age 1. Are they? So what? Let's look at the requirements then. Why, if they're age 1, why can't we build them? Oh, because they're only for our Muslim lands. Okay, well, let's definitely start upgrading them. Do you know if there's a limit? Well, I guess we'll find out. Thank you for letting me know that. That should be very useful for us. Especially as we start to expand into the tip of Morocco, which we should have done, but obviously failed at with that awful piece out that I did. Distillers Guild, I'll make a few of you. High productive capacity locations. Aragon want an alliance again. Oh, this colony is really frustrating. In hunt for a cause. Oh, we'll just take the stability hit. Sure. Let's buff that exploration for a bit, and we can send another exploration out. Now, do we want to go to Canada? Or let's do the Caribbean. Caribbean is so strong. We need to get there as fast as possible. Same with you. We might not have an explorer for this one. Oh, we do. Brilliant. Okay. Perfect. And we've got the money for it. Now, we can send out some new colonies now, actually. Oh, we're getting big already. That is brilliant. Now, we need to continue to ensure that we've got enough trade capacity going around, because when we get these fancy goods, we're going to want to sell them to everywhere in Europe, right? So, and we'll start a new colony in Portugal ASAP. In Portugal? Well, it's soon to be Portugal. In the Caribbean ASAP as well. Once we get the money for it. We need 230, so next month we'll be able to get on that. They're like one per region is my guess, but we'll find out, won't we? Yeah, this Caribbean province there is a really good port, so that'll be great for us. And we're starting to paint the map blue. Now, don't get wrong, I do wish the Portuguese colour was way more like an EU4, but we can't deal with that at the moment. That's to the side. Albeit, if there's any modders in here, give it a go. I would download a Portuguese colour correction mod. That would be a good one. Maritime presence. Yeah, we're still going up. Good. Those coastal forts were very useful in our English war. But yeah, assimilation is painfully slow. Look at that. Like, you just... The fact it is so slow forces you to go into this horrible vassal meta that pretty much no one likes. Right, get some more distillers guilds. Oh, if Porto wants to be a big factory for it, go for it. Why not? But we've got enough people for a city, so let us get on that. Now, where do we want to start moving our people to next? Well, our next city, we might want to make it here in Sines. It's quite a good port. Actually, maybe Lagos. Yeah, Lagos I think is a better idea. It's a very good port. Encourage migration down there. Brilliant. Now, make a few more square rig caravels. Why not? They sound very good. Shut down our army maintenance. We're spending way too much money on that and our forts. And get some money coming back into it, because we need to keep our colonial expansion going. As we do with our explorers, actually. We've got one explorer free. So where do we want to go now? Brazil again? Yeah, let's do it. Brazil, our homeland. Let's get it. Let's give it a go. Follow that LARP aspect, if you will. But that should be this land around here. But lots of options available to us. And with the game going speed like this, it's quite good. Another colonial subject in Bonny. Now, I think that joining Cameroon sounds quite sensible. They should be able to get a good control over all of it. But we've got all of this integrated to ourselves, and we're not really doing any... Oh, come on, guys. This great pestilence is really annoying me. Because it's just ravaging, like, our one province. Yes, it's just... And it's just causing some really bad events. But we are expanding some good farms, which is always good. And our colony down here is done alright. We can actually start a new one if we want to. Same in the Caribbean, actually. But I don't want to bankrupt us again very quickly. But I might just be doing that because I'm an idiot. There we go. Right, no more colonies. Button clicking banned. We need to keep some semblance of an economy going. We shall accept their petition. Well, we keep going. So we could go sponsor the university again. That's good for research progress, and we do need that at the moment. Let's do it. We don't really need it to pass, right? So if we get the option to individual apprenticeships, do we want that? I mean, it could be quite good. We are very urbanized, and we don't really need the literacy. I could be tempted. I think I'm going to regret that, but we'll try it out. We'll see if it makes a meaningful difference to our research speed. Because as we urbanize, right, we're going to get these pops in large numbers. So you don't necessarily have to focus on your peasantry the whole time. But that's a bit of a tester. We might regret that. Castile is so OP. I'm in the year 1495. Your tax base is 4k and you have 11 million pops. Yeah, Iberia is insane for population. If you have a look at the population video we put out today, the strategies in that one, they can be applied to Iberia so much because you can get so many settlements, you can expel them into your high urbanized locations, you can use local governors to get high control over everything. It's insane. So if you're new to EU5, a beginner nation that you should try is absolutely Castile. They are so strong. And we have some more goods available to us. So let's make a few RGOs. Legumes. The colony of Aroa, that is going to be a colonial subject. Let's do it. We do love a cheeky little bit of Brazil. Now, can we do one round here on the tip? We can. Let's do it. And some more explorations at the same time. Cuba. We are going to Cuba. So we are getting this map painted very quickly. But are we seeing many rewards for it at the moment? No, that's sort of the issue. So we need to get that done ASAP. Let's have a look at America as well. Send out a new explorer. But let's see if we can get some marketplaces spammed out as well. But I think we might be at our cap. Ah, I was wrong. Brilliant. Very happy to be wrong in this respect. We'll start annexation here as well. Get you integrated as soon as possible. And check if there is any fancy buildings we can make. Well, we need to sort of not ignore our secondary market at the same time as well, right? We have a fancy little nation down here and we need to use it. Do we want to expel the Muslims from Portugal? We could convert them. Yeah, let's do it. Hopefully that makes it easier to assimilate and to convert them, because it's proven quite hard, as you can see. It's taken us a long time to even assimilate one province. I mean, what's your Diplo stats? Because I could be convinced to let this guy join us on the train of assimilating. Let's do it. I need to get these guys caught as fast as possible. We've annexed that one. That's brilliant. Assimilate to Portuguese. Yeah, and the more we colonise, we're getting a lot more non-Portuguese people into our nation, which is bad for our coring costs anyway. Right, we've got 1,000 gold in the bank. Can we make some more colonies? Absolutely. Let's do it. So we've got you here, albeit the Aragonese are there. The Aragonese are also there. We want to make some fancy borders, and we can always invade people later if we need to. Any good RGOs here? Not really, but there is some ivory here. So let's make a colonial charter there and here and get Africa sorted. There's quite a lot in this region anyway, so might regret spending so much on it. But look, that's sort of the point of the game, right? We want to figure out the systems and see how they work. You never know what you're doing until you get there. Bog iron smelters. Yes, we want lots of bog iron. Such an underrated building. Especially considering when you've got the iron tech of 75%, I think is the buff. It's so strong. I think this is Colombia. Let's form a new subject. Now we're going to get very pushed into decentralized very quickly. So we might just want to embrace it, you know. Missing explorer. No! He died. That's very sad. Well, we will chuck some random ass guy on it for now, and then we will hire a new explorer once we've got the money for it. The Cabinet of Curiosities. We can't afford that right now. Let's actually reduce our minting a bit to get that inflationary cost down, because that's causing us some issues. What's up? Is colonisation fun? It's okay. It's very much a bus and go click, map get paint. But especially with how automated the system is, right? It's not like EU4 where you're having to choose your trade nodes. It was simple, but also useful at the same time. It's sort of just being handled for us. So I wouldn't go as far as to say it's bad, but it's definitely probably tedious is the right word. But I'm sure we'll get into some fancy wars soon enough. And it was my bad for not for buggering up the Moroccan war as well. But how are you doing, Caller? Have you got any good games going on at the moment? It's good to see you. Gunsmiths. Yes, we want a few gunsmiths in our strong regions. Why don't we? Right to the burghers. Absolutely. Now, we probably want to curtail the burghers now, actually. Because that would increase their max tax. And it would block them from the cabinet, though. But, yeah, I think let's do it. Means we can tax them a hell of a lot more, which is more money for us. So, let's do it. Invite a foreign cleric. Well, we could do actually. We could. Oh, this bloody event is really painful. I know we've just like killed a lot of the New World by starting the Great Pestilence, but come on, that event is painful. Right, we're running low on tools, so we need to get some more of them. And how is the Great Pestilence doing? 61,000 deaths. Yeah, it's starting to get to places. And we're starting to annex that as well. Brilliant. Now, how are these guys doing in terms of their loyalty? Okay, they hate us. They really hate us. Let's improve our relations. Okay, we need more diplomats. We'll get on that later. They will probably release a DLC for it. Oh, they absolutely will, right? This is Paradox we're talking about. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But it's, yeah, it's just how the game works. Right, well, we're sort of having EU5 stability issues at the moment, which might be a good way to end it as we go into session 4. But if you guys yeah, if you fancy session 4, do let me know. I'll get onto it as soon as possible, but I might leave it as a short one there for today. Saves trying to reload the game and everything. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you all the channel members for joining recently. It's been really appreciated. If there's any of you in the chat at the moment, and have a great day, and I'll catch you in a bit. See you soon.